We're about to hear the perspective of CISAC, the world's largest network in the creative sector, serving 5 million creators worldwide across 111 countries and 5 repertoires: music, AV, of course, audiovisual, drama, literature, and visual arts. CISAC celebrates itself 100 years, a century of existence. Please join me in welcoming its president, composer, author, producer, co-founder of ABBA, Björn Ulvaeus. Absolutely. Choose your mic.
Thank you.
Choose your poison on stage, and we're going to dive into this interview because, yes, CISAC also celebrates a century of existence, and as you know, we're living in the age of AI. So when you have such organization as Sacem celebrating 175 years old of defending creators, promoting creation worldwide, what's at stake, really? Is it creation?
What's at stake? Do you mean for... with AI and everything
Absolutely.
happening right now? Yeah, wherever I travel, there's great confusion regarding AI. But I think that politicians are listening, starting to listen. They understand that how important the creative industries are. And it's a matter of what kind of society we want to live in. And I think it's a better society to live in where creative industries can flourish. So that's what we have to think about when AI comes into the picture. And at the same time, we must embrace it. I know I'm a songwriter myself, and I'm writing a new musical right now.
Wow.
And
say no more.
And AI tools, are natural for me to work with, and it's like a new companion. It's a new tool, like all the other tools that have developed new technologies that have come along and has driven the development of pop music, for instance. So I embrace it as a creative person, and at the same time, the other side of the coin is, of course, the rights issue and the matter of remuneration. And during my formative years, I listened to all kinds of music, and I learned from it, subconsciously, perhaps. And when Benny Andersson and I wrote for ABBA, this is what came out, something that was inspired by all those great composers I had to listen to. But in a way, you could say that I had paid for that. I paid for the records that I listened to. And indirectly, I paid for the radio license when I listened to the radio. So I think that in order to train on the music that we wrote, the tech companies must pay. That is, a very basic thing. They should pay for training their data sets on the copyrighted music that there is. So that's the input. The output, there we meet complete confusion wherever we go, because there are so many hybrids of output. There is the guy, the Joe Smith, who tells one of the AI generators to write a song about his great love, Helga. And that's all he prompts, and he gets a song. And that's complete AI. And then there's some...
complete emotion?
Yeah, well, devoid of emotion, perhaps. But and then there's the other side of it, which is like a professional songwriter like myself. I am using it to give me covers, to let me listen to my own stuff, listen back to it, sung perhaps by a brilliant female voice. And then that helps me identify maybe parts of the songs that doesn't work. There's a bridge that's weak, and I can hear that. And I tweak that, and I record it again with me and my guitar, and I get a new cover back until I feel, yeah, this is good now. And that's such a great and fantastic tool.
So you would definitely use it for, as a sparring partner when it comes to creating the next project, so the next piece, the next song that is probably going to be a hit at some point. But as president of CISAC, now we're going to put another cap on it, but what are, in your opinion, the 3 thresholds we don't want to cross when it comes to AI?
Well, we want transparency. And we want them to pay. That's 2. You asked for 3.
Well, probably, if you may, but
yeah, but that's the output, and that is what is so much discussed all over the world right now. Because of what I told you, the 2 extremes, and there are hybrids in between. And nobody knows quite how to handle that.
So, when it comes to the creators themselves, how can they make their voices heard in a world full of noise, algorithmic noise, and tech noises?
Well, that's what we're here for. Sacem, CISAC, we have a voice, and we are using it. Absolutely. We are talking to politicians, and we are talking to other influential people all the time. And we are the creator's voice. And it's so important that we do this together. And, I would wish that more young people would get involved, really involved. Because I'm probably the only 80-year-old songwriter using AI. We
No,
need
you're not.
younger forces
You're not
as well.
You're forever. But to be quite honest too, if you want young creators to be more and more involved in the battles and come to the front line with you guys when it comes to speaking, talking, discussing with all those experts, regulators, tech providers that you so deeply want to discuss with and come up with smart ideas at some point, solutions to keep creation flowing and be financed. Then what would be this one, I don't know how to put it, this one advice you could give me? Let's say I'm a young creator. How could you convince me to join the fight? It's about my future?
I think most of them understand. They just don't know exactly how to do it. And that's why we have collecting societies like Sacem, and I'm sure they're doing a great job trying to find young people who will work for us. But for me, it's just a matter of being visible and talking about this, and hoping. I've spoken to a lot of young songwriters, and they are very engaged. But it's hard to be a voice out there against the huge giant tech companies. It's not easy. And that's why I'm so glad that it seems like I heard good news from the Senate in France. I heard about that today. And I read that the Secretary of State for Technology and Innovation in the UK, they made a turn, and they realized how important the creative industries are, and especially for us in Europe. It's life or death. It's really important. This.
And again, CISAC is a pretty good observatory of the perspective of so many different governments when it comes to take side with creators and defend creation and its financing and the way we can actually have a better discussion with the tech ecosystems themselves. Again, you're representing 111 countries all over the world. What is to you the future of creation, the future of this fight? How can we actually improve and get to a better, more sustainable creation in the end?
Well, I think definitely we live with AI. It's integrated in songwriting, in producing records today. There's not a songwriter or a producer professionally out there who is not using it. So it's there. We live with it. We do the best with it. But I guess we have to be transparent to the listener about where we are actually using it. And when the listeners, those who consume the music understand what AI is and that there is human intention behind it, there is human curation and humans writing words and music that is being performed by AI. We have to educate our audience. And once it becomes a natural thing, I think AI will get much more integrated in the creative processes, which it's a future that I would like to see, as well as a future where the tech companies pay.
Absolutely. So to put it in a nutshell, what you're seeing here is the fact that in this fight in between creators and the tech part of the world, the audience could be the wise referee.
Yes, they could. They could, absolutely. As it is now, they're almost as confused as we are on the other side. It says partly AI generated, and they don't know what was generated by AI. And they think it's all, machine. But it's not. I could release a record tomorrow where I'd written the music, the lyrics, I played my guitar, and then the AI has added a voice and something more, and I could release that. But I won't, because it will be completely misunderstood. The audience will think that, okay, AI wrote the song for him, which would not be the case. You see the complexity and between the both extremes and all the hybrids. And that's what we're fighting with right now.
Let's join the fight. Thank you so much, Björn, for your perspective.
Thank you.
Hard work and effort here. And I guess we're all looking forward to the launching of the new musical.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again.